All right, everybody. Hello, greetings, and welcome. I am the Ninjaneer, aka Jeff, aka a guy who is a glutton for punishment because I am once again in my closet sitting crisscross applesauce. I'm not sure why this is such a comfortable position for me, but it seems as if it helps me with my speech and overall nervousness when it comes to recording videos. So here we are again. Um, I am sure I will struggle to get up again, but that is okay. At any rate, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this thing. We're going to talk about the topics that I have for today. The topics are as follows. We're going to talk about Lordstown. Yeah, they're not doing so great. I guess why am I talking about them is going to be the biggest question here. I will get into that later on. Aptera Solar is moving into the Delta phase. What does that mean for the company? We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. And then finally, Aptera is going to do a webinar tomorrow. What will they talk about? This is more of a speculation piece, but I still want to get into it anyway. So let's go ahead and get started. Lordstown. This was covered in great detail by Aptera Owners Club. I will go ahead and put a link for that video in the description, so you guys go ahead and check that out when you get the chance if you want to know more details about this. But long story short is that Lordstown Motors is about to lose support from Foxconn. Foxconn was the company that initially put money into their company to get them into production. They are also producing many of the components for the vehicle. So in many ways, this is how Lordstown exists right now, is this particular company. With this fight, I guess disagreement or what have you, they are essentially going to lose a great deal of their support, and that is going to translate into a potentially bad situation that will end up getting them into getting them bankrupt, essentially. Foxconn was putting money into them, they were producing their vehicle, and now they are going to be doing neither, or so it appears, unless they can settle this dispute. So yeah, Lordstown may actually end up being no more. Now, why am I mentioning this in a video about Aptera? Well, you guys may remember a little company called Alafe. Alafe Motors is the company that is producing the motors for Lordstown. So some people in forums that I am in talked with some trepidation, some fear, some angst about whether or not that meant Alafe Motors was going down, and if Alafe Motors goes down, what is Aptera going to do? Here is the long and short of that situation, in my opinion. Yeah, Alafe Motors, first of all, has a lot of other stuff that they are doing besides Lordstown. Several companies that they've partnered with are in production, they are doing well. So I don't think this is going to affect Alafe's bottom line massively. It's gonna show maybe a little bit of a hit or something like that. I think there's gonna be maybe a little bit of an issue with, you know, their statement at the end of the month maybe, but they're not gonna tank Alafe Motors Alafe Motors isn't going to tank if Lordstown does not continue to exist. So in that vein, I do believe that the Aptera's motors will be fine, because Alafe is going to be fine, even without Lordstown Motors. Next topic, we're going to talk about the Solar Delta. Aptera's solar panels have been posted on Facebook in their Delta phase. They also posted it on Instagram and Twitter and all that kind of fun stuff. They showed very cool pictures of those cells, and the first thing I noticed is that they're missing those little metal contacts that you saw on the gamma cells. As far as the look of the cells go, I kind of miss the metal contacts between the cells, but I mean, the clear look is pretty awesome too. The contacts were like kind of a retro future-esque sort of feel. In that vein, you could say that the new look for the cells, the Delta look for the cells, is more modern futuristic. It looks like the cells are kind of just floating in this resin that they were put in. So first glance, I like the metal contacts. I still think the metal contacts are an excellent idea. If they have removed the metal contacts, then, you know, I would say, oh, sad day for me. But the new look for the cells is phenomenal. That clear background with the cells floating in the resin. It's, yeah, I gotta admit, man, the retro future thing appeals to me a little bit more, but I'd be darned if I'm not looking at this new cell, this Delta cell, and saying, that is growing on me. So you guys may remember that really cool video where Chris Anthony was standing between pieces of the press for the Aptera body. Well, that post was accompanied by the news that they will be doing a webinar tomorrow, and I wanted to kind of talk about what I hope they'll talk about and see how wrong I was after the fact. Now, in the off chance that I'm right, Aptera, please don't be too bothered by about leaning into the presentation after this. If by some chance you do watch my channel, me being right won't suck any of the awesomeness out of your presentation. Just don't worry about that, please, because I've seen that happen to other bigger channels and other bigger presentations, and the presentation always feels rushed or like an afterthought. So don't do that. If I'm right, lean into it, do it. You guys are awesome. Have confidence in that bad boy, because it's going to be amazing. Anyway, so the first thing that I will talk about the first thing I think they will talk about will be showing off the Delta Solar. They'll probably talk about the process that they used and some kind of overview, if anything has changed from the Gamma solar cells. They'll do some, video footage of the cells, like they'll pan over them or something really awesome. They will, do a little bit of that whole razzle dazzle awesome video editing stuff that they do so well. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the first section. The next thing that they may talk about is like the casting process and moving towards production. I honestly can't wait to hear that update, because depending on how that update goes, you will see a gigantic spike in the accelerator program, or at least I'm hoping they will see a huge spike in the accelerator program. But if they announce something big like, oh, we have almost all the castings for production or something like that, then I am fairly certain that we're going to see a spike in the accelerator program. The next thing they might talk about is they may have received that $50 million that they were looking for from a large investor. They will announce that timeline for production and all that kind of stuff if that's the case. But again, I am speculating. I have no idea. Please don't take this as gospel. This is speculation. So if they do see that $50 million, if they can announce that they have that $50 million for production, the Aptera Accelerator Program is going to be funded like overnight. I have zero doubts about that. Maybe I'm a little optimistic, a lot of optimistic, because that's just kind of who I am. But yeah, if they, in this presentation, announce something big like, oh, we have the funding from, I don't know, big super oil man, or, gigantic tech guru master or something like that. If they get that 50 million, then they will absolutely be getting that accelerator program funded in the very, very near future. I would assume that would be basically 2, 3, 4 days a week, maybe. But yeah, again, super optimistic guy over here. So, even if they do announce that, maybe it won't bump the accelerator program super fast, but I think it will. And I also think that it will be very, very quick moving to production after that fact. I will attempt to live stream the event tomorrow so you guys can join me in watching this event together. I will start the stream at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, so please let me know with your support if I should start doing this more often, if I should start streaming web events more often on my channel so we can all watch it together. Thank you all so much for watching. Have yourselves a great webinar eve. If you have comments about the video or about what I've said or how I've said it, if you think I was too optimistic or something, throw that down in the comments. If you like the video, throw that in the comments too. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that kind of fun jazz. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.